The forest has always held a mysterious allure, beckoning adventurous souls to explore its hidden depths. Beneath the rustling leaves and towering trees, secrets both wondrous and chilling awaited discovery. For hikers who ventured off the beaten path, the allure of the unknown was irresistible. Yet, they were often reminded that nature, in all its beauty, could also harbor the most unsettling of mysteries. Deep within the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, a group of friends embarked on a hiking expedition. The day was warm, and the sun cast long shadows as they ventured deeper into the forest. The dense foliage created an eerie twilight beneath the canopy. As they followed a winding trail, the hikers noticed peculiar, shifting shadows darting between the trees. At first, they dismissed it as their imaginations playing tricks on them, the result of dappled sunlight filtering through the leaves. But the shadows grew bolder, closing in around them like a sinister shroud. Panic set in as they realized there was no identifiable source of these dark, elusive figures. They cast fearful glances at one another, each trying to make sense of the unsettling phenomenon. It was as though the forest itself had come alive, its hidden inhabitants revealing themselves to the intruders. Tales of shadowy forest spirits, whispered among the locals, suddenly seemed all too real. The hikers scrambled back to the trail, their hearts pounding, their footsteps echoing loudly in the oppressive silence. The phantom shadows pursued them relentlessly, their spectral forms swirling and merging with the trees. Each glance backward revealed a haunting visage, a faceless figure lurking just beyond sight. Desperation fueled their escape, and finally, they burst through the underbrush onto the trail they had initially followed. Gasping for breath, they cast one last look back, half expecting the shadows to follow. But the forest had reclaimed its secrets, and the sinister figures remained concealed among the trees. To this day, those hikers refused to enter the woods alone, forever haunted by the memory of the enigmatic shadows that pursued them relentlessly. In the dense wilderness of the Pacific Northwest, a family set out for a weekend camping trip. The forest was serene, and the air carried the scent of pine and damp earth. As evening descended, they gathered around a crackling campfire, sharing stories and marshmallows beneath a star-studded sky. But the forest had other plans. The darkness crept closer, and the family members noticed the stars vanishing from the sky one by one, as if plucked from their celestial tapestry. The forest seemed to swallow the entire campsite, enveloping them in an impenetrable blackness. Frantic and disoriented, they stumbled around, searching for any sign of their campfire or their loved ones. The night dragged on, and their shouts echoed eerily through the silent woods, unanswered and seemingly absorbed by the very trees around them. Time lost its meaning as they wandered aimlessly, their fear growing with each passing moment. Eventually, as if guided by an otherworldly force, they found themselves drawn back to the campsite. The campfire's embers still glowed, casting eerie shadows in every direction. Their relief was palpable, yet the enigma remained unresolved. None of them could explain how they had been separated or how they had ended up scattered throughout the forest, miles from their original campsite. The forest had played a sinister game, a cosmic puzzle, leaving them with a chilling tale of vanishing into the night. In the remote forests of northern Europe, a solo backpacker sought solitude and communion with nature. As she ventured deeper into the ancient woods, she stumbled upon an overgrown, long-forgotten trail. The air grew heavy, and an unsettling sensation washed over her, as though she had trespassed into a realm long abandoned by humanity. Further along the path, she heard faint, ghostly chants that seemed to emanate from nowhere and everywhere at once. The voices were ethereal, captivating, and oddly compelling. Driven by an inexplicable force, she followed the eerie chorus deeper into the forest, the chant growing louder with each step. The chanting figures appeared before her as if conjured by the very forest itself. They danced with an otherworldly grace around a stone altar, their bodies moving in eerie synchrony with the haunting melody. In their midst stood a gnarled tree, its roots crawling into the earth like serpents. Terrified yet strangely drawn to the bizarre spectacle, she attempted to retreat, to escape the grasp of the forest's enchantment. But an invisible force held her in place, and she was unable to move or even avert her gaze. The chanting figures, with hollow eyes fixed upon her, beckoned her to join their unnatural dance, their gestures imploring her to become part of their spectral congregation. Panic gripped her as she fought to break free from the otherworldly trance. With immense effort, she managed to tear her gaze away from the haunting scene, breaking the invisible bonds that held her captive. She fled the clearing, the haunting melody fading behind her like a chilling echo, and she never looked back. To this day, she remains haunted by the unearthly chanting, a constant reminder of the forest's chilling secrets and the perilous dance she narrowly escaped. In the misty and ancient forests of Japan, a musician sought inspiration for her next composition. She wandered beneath towering cedars, the canopy filtering the sunlight into an enchanting, dappled display. As she strolled, she began to hear the delicate strains of a hauntingly beautiful melody. The music seemed to emanate from the very trees around her, each note a whisper of wind through the leaves. Mesmerized, she followed the ethereal tune, deeper and deeper into the forest, the melody growing more intricate with each step, weaving a spell that ensnared her senses. Hours passed, and she realized she was hopelessly lost. The forest's enchantment had drawn her into a world beyond reality, where time held no meaning. Panic gripped her, and she pleaded with the forest to release its hold, to allow her to return to the world she knew. In response, the haunting melody swelled to a crescendo, and the trees themselves seemed to weep, their branches bowing in a mournful chorus. In that moment, the forest communicated a profound sorrow, as though it shared the weight of all the secrets it had witnessed over the centuries. Summoning every ounce of willpower, she closed her eyes and fought the enchantment, disentangling herself from the captivating melody that had ensnared her soul. With a sudden jolt of clarity, she stumbled backward onto a familiar trail, her heart racing, her mind reeling from the otherworldly encounter. Shaken but alive, she returned to civilization, vowing to capture the haunting melody in her music, a testament to the otherworldly encounter that had almost claimed her, a haunting melody that would forever resonate with the whispers of the forest. Deep within the heart of the Brazilian Amazon rainforest, a seasoned explorer led an expedition to document the flora and fauna of one of the most biodiverse regions on Earth. As they ventured deeper into the jungle, the dense foliage blocked out the sun, plunging them into perpetual twilight. One night, while setting up camp along a quiet riverbank, the expedition members noticed pairs of glowing eyes peering at them from the shadows. The eyes belonged to creatures that should not exist, creatures that defied all known biology. These beings resembled jaguars, but their bodies were elongated, and their eyes glowed with an eerie, unnatural light. The explorers whispered that they had encountered guardians of the forest, ancient and enigmatic protectors of the Amazon, beings that existed beyond the realm of scientific understanding. Unable to explain these inexplicable creatures, they continued their journey with a newfound sense of awe and trepidation, forever changed by their encounter with the eyes in the dark. The forest had revealed a secret, an ancient, primal force that defied categorization and left them with a profound sense of wonder and vulnerability. Theirs was a tale of the wild, a glimpse into the mysterious heart of the Amazon, where the boundaries between reality and mythology blurred into one. In the ancient woodlands of Scotland, a group of backpackers set out to explore the legendary Caledonian forest. The trees here stood like ancient sentinels, bearing witness to centuries of human history and the passage of time. As they made their way through the dense undergrowth, they noticed a strange phenomenon. The trees whispered to one another. It began as a soft rustling, like the murmurs of a distant stream, but soon evolved into a chorus of voices, communicating in a language the hikers couldn't understand. Fearful yet strangely intrigued, they continued along the trail, guided by the enigmatic conversation of the trees. The forest seemed to respond to their presence, revealing hidden clearings and secret paths, as if inviting them deeper into its heart. At one point, they stumbled upon a circle of stones, ancient and weathered by time. The whispers of the trees grew louder and more insistent in this mystical place, where the very ground seemed to hum with an unseen energy. Suddenly, as if the forest had shared its secrets, the whispers ceased, leaving the backpackers standing in silence, surrounded by ancient trees that had woven their tales through the ages. They had been granted a glimpse into a world beyond human comprehension, a world of ancient wisdom and eerie communication, a world that existed in the whispers Venture into the wilderness, the tales of phantom shadows, vanishing campers, unearthly chanting, glowing eyes, haunting melodies, and whispering trees serve as haunting reminders that the forest keeps its secrets close, revealing them only to those brave enough to seek the unknown. As the sun sets over the horizon and the forest descends into darkness, it is a realm where the line between reality and the supernatural blurs, where the heart quickens and the mind races with each rustling leaf and eerie sound, where the ancient mysteries of the wild remain hidden, waiting to be uncovered by those who dare to explore the chilling enigma of the woods.